Hey, Dorothy. Oh, boy. I wonder who is listening to us out there.
Oh, Ken. Relax. I've been doing this for 83 years. Nothing surprises me until now. Do you know who we have on the show today? The audience is gonna love it. This is gonna be a great show.
And now, from the golden age of entertainment, Dorothy Dale Kloss, nightclub star of the 1940s, star of the Palm Springs Follies, featured in the Guinness Book of Records 2009 as the oldest living working showgirl in the world, and one of a kind at 93. And Ken Prescott, winner of 2 Los Angeles Drama-Logue Awards and star of 42nd Street on Broadway. Together, they are 2 for the show.
We're 2 for the show. In all kinds of weather, we're 2 for the show. We're 2 for the show. We stick together, win, place, or show. We'll sing some songs, in fact quite a few. We'll do some dance steps, 1 or 2, and have some laughs for all of you. We hope you enjoy them. In fact, you just adore them. We're 2 for the show. We're glad to meet you.
I think I have to call the Chinese restaurant later for some food. Hi, everyone. I'm Ken Prescott.
And I'm Dorothy Dale Kloss.
And we are 2 for the show. And we are streaming live every Monday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
On our wonderful network, villageconnectionnetwork.com. Our new network gives you a chance to get to know who we are and our celebrity guests.
You betcha. And like we always finish our show by saying it's a great day when you're with us, and we hope when we are with you.
And the wonderful guests that we bring to you each week. Whoa, and have we got some wonderful ones coming up.
And today. All I have to say about today is wow. Legends and offspring of legends from the wonderful world of the golden age of entertainment.
Oh, boy, and how I love that statement.
I do, too. And don't forget, we are live from Palm Springs, California.
Yes, live. My favorite word.
The operative word. Okay, Jimbo, hit that song. If you're looking for a show, here's the only place to go. Cause you'll laugh and have a fling with 2 for the show, live from Palm Springs. In the east it's 5 p.m.
In the west it's 2 p.m.
Everyone will jive and swing. We'll be here on Mondays live from Palm Springs. We'll have special guest stars from the golden age. What a treat to hear them, no matter what your age. If you want to come alive, here's the place to jump and jive. Village Network Radio. Everyone remember we're 2 for the show. Yeah. Hey, Jimbo in the booth. I think these videos are just a tad loud. Don't get crazy.
A tad loud?
Loud, just
okay.
A tad. Okay, because we don't want to overwhelm them. Now, this is our favorite song. We sing it each week. And we're going to continue until we're not here any longer, which could be any day now, and whatever happens. Here we go.
Oh, God, thanks a lot.
No, we're here for the duration. Here we go, Doc. Seems like old times, dinner dates and flowers, just like old times, staying up for hours, making dreams come true. Doing things we used to do, seems like old times, being here with you. Vaughn Monroe made that popular, didn't he?
Oh, I thought we did.
Well, and if you remember Vaughn Monroe, well, dearie, you're much older. I like Vaughn Monroe.
I loved him.
I know. He spoke.
I loved him, but I really liked him.
Well, he spoke highly of you too. Okay, here's a song.
That's the reason I liked him.
I knew it. Here's a song for our guest today that it fits her to a T.
Good.
And maybe she'll remember
Yeah.
this.
Might, I don't know.
Okay.
I remember the night and the boys in the band when they all did this with the wave of a fan. I remember the night and the boys in the band. I bet she remembers a lot of boys in the
A
band.
different key.
Well, that's okay. It sounded like harmony. It was perfectly fine. Well, well, our guest today does remember many nights. I know she does, and many band members and many bands. And she's sung in front of so many. And she tells all, well, mostly all, in her new book. I love this title. Consider Your Ass Kissed.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, and you know the old saying, never judge a book by the cover. And believe me, just turn that cover and see the surprising story of our guest today.
You betcha, Red Rider. More of that in a minute. Here is our segment about a legend in the entertainment world. Roll it, Jim. Just remember when. With us, we'll take you on a journey to the golden days we love. Come with us, we'll take you on a journey with the stars that shine up above. 7, that's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Come with us, we'll take you on a journey with the legends everyone loves. With the legends everyone loves. With the legends everyone loves.
Ken, I'm sorry.
Jim cut off my gong.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And you know, it could
I
be,
didn't know you had
that
it.
could,
I'm so
telling you what,
sorry.
that could be very painful. I'm just kidding you, Jim. Go ahead, Dot.
Oh, where are we? Okay, the lady I'm going to introduce this week is one of my favorites and millions of other people's favorites also. The one and only Doris Day. Oh my God.
We love
Didn't you
Doris.
love
Yeah,
her?
yeah.
This is one of my favorite stories about Doris and our other good friend, Kay Ballard, who, of course, was in the sitcom The Doris Day Show with her. Well, she was
Yes,
the star.
yes.
But anyhow, I mentioned to Kay that Doris was my favorite one day, and within a couple of weeks, having dinner with Kay at her house in Rancho Mirage, she said, I have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
And she did.
Yes, she did.
And with that, she handed me an envelope, and the surprise was in there. An autographed photo of Doris Day with a lovely personal note.
Yeah, put that picture up, Jimbo. Will you, the first one? There it is. There it is. The picture says, I love this. A note read for Dorothy. Just wonderful. Hope to see you next year in the Follies. I hear that you're as good as Ann Miller! Exclamation point. And then, wow. With love, Doris Day. I think that says it all.
Oh, my God. I love the picture.
I know.
Wasn't she something?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, what a surprise that was. And
Oh, no, don't go there yet. I have something else to
right.
say. So now, how about Doris Day? Take that picture down, Jimbo, and put the next one up of Doris Day on the cover of the Examiner. Okay. How about Doris Day on the front cover of the Examiner? And now you can take that picture down and put up the next picture. And on the back of the same issue of the Examiner, I'm waiting for there we go.
Wow.
Dorothy Dale Claus taking up the entire back cover of the Examiner. Boy, isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
I mean.
And it was a surprise.
Yeah, now you can be surprised.
Well, you know, they weren't exactly complimentary a lot of times.
No, this was a wonderful picture. Yeah.
We lucked out that time.
We certainly did.
Anyhow. Well, what a surprise that was. I had no idea I was in that issue. And I got a call from the Follies PR person wanting to know how that happened. You see, everything had to go through the Follies. And they were very surprised and a little upset.
Yes, they were.
also.
They were surprised. Why would they be upset? It advertised you and the Follies. That always, I guess, because it
They
advertised.
lost control.
I know that control thing. Never mind. Here's one thing that's not a surprise. Well, most of the time, our great producer, all the way from Long Island, Jim Savali. Jimbo, are you there?
Hey kids, how's it going over there in Leisureland?
Leisureland, my buddy. Fine.
Good.
And you?
It's
And you
all
in
good.
Long Island?
It's all good, all good. You know, now that we have a house, we have something to spend all of our money on.
Any drive-by shootings lately?
Nah, not where I am.
What have you bought recently?
Well, we're living in a town called Eaton's Neck, which is in Northport. It's right on the water.
Oh yeah.
And we have this great view, like 300-degree view from our house.
So did you buy the
unbelievable.
lake? I mean,
No.
It's the Sound, right? It's a Long Island.
It's the Long Island Sound, and where the ocean comes into the Sound, and also the Huntington Bay. So all three of those.
Well,
oh, well,
So
that's
yeah.
nice to be rich. Go ahead and ask him the question, Dorothy.
And if so, I've left the door open, but I don't know.
Oh,
okay, Jim, do you have those papers in the grocery store in your neck of the woods,
Yes.
like Inquirer,
Oh, yes, we do.
Examiner?
Yes.
All they all expose so much stuff that it's just really amazing. So
do you buy them or you just look at them?
I like to look at them because I think if someone saw me actually buy them, they would, I don't know what they would think of me. But I see the aliens coming. The aliens are here, and
Believe me, Jim.
and you want to know when?
Believe me, Jim,
Yeah.
the aliens are here.
they are here. They are here.
Well, while
and a
Jim,
lot of them were. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
no, never mind.
No.
While Jim puts on a cap and dark glasses and goes out and buys a copy of one, here's a little message about a great book written by my partner right here, Dorothy Dale Kloss, and then our first video foray into the world of a show business icon, singer, dancer, actress, philanthropist, star, and now acclaimed authoress with her new best-selling book, Consider Your Ass Kissed. I just love that title. The one and only, the legend, Ruta Lee, Roll'em Jim. Lights, camera, action. Get ready for a real treat, an opportunity to get an amazing book right here on Two for the Show. It's I'm Not in Kansas Anymore, Love Dorothy, and written by, yes, my co-host, Dorothy Dale Kloss. It's a wonderful and entertaining read, and it got 5 stars on Amazon. From winning a tap contest and being catapulted into stardom with her own act at the famed Empire Room at the Palmer House Hotel in Chicago, to touring with Eddie Duchin and his orchestra, starring in the Palm Springs Follies, and lauded in the Guinness Book of Records 2009, Dorothy has had an amazing and interesting career. It features fascinating anecdotes and stories from the golden age of entertainment where she starred with such legends as Mel Torme, Jackie Coogan, the Mills Brothers, Harry Richmond, Artie Shaw and his orchestra, Howard Keel, Kay Ballard, K-Star, Julius LaRosa, and on and on. And she taught Bob Fosse how to tap dance. Don't miss your chance to get this fascinating and insightful book with lots of pictures, penned by someone who lived and starred in one of the greatest periods in show business history. How to order? Simple. Just email me, Ken Prescott, at hooferproduction@aol.com, and I will give you all the information. A signed copy is just $20, plus $4.95 shipping and handling. A must-read for anyone young or old. That's I'm Not in Kansas Anymore, Love Dorothy. Hurry and get your copy today.
If the lady's naughty but proper, if the lady's chicer than chic, if her escorts must wear a topper and each man's the man of the week, if she rides around in a brand new foreign car, the chances are the lady's a star. If the lady's brilliantly witty, if she makes the dialogue flash, if the lady's way with a ditty makes the ditty seem like a smash, if her songs add up to a fancy repertoire, the chances are the lady's a star. If her smallest party is really extensive with tons of expensive caviar, If the lady's someone with the same credentials, someone with the same essentials, someone who is worshipped from afar, she's a genuine, positive, totally marvelous, perfectly wonderful star.
Very well.
Who is it, Bob?
Excuse me. Miss Cooper, my name is Mason. I'm an attorney. I represent Leona Walsh.
Look, can't this wait? Connie's been through a great deal in the past 24 hours.
No, Bob, it's all right, really. This is Robert Schroeder, my fiancé.
How do you do?
Won't you sit down?
Well, thank you. I won't be staying long.
Well, how can I help?
Do you know Leona Walsh?
Yes, we've met.
What about you, Mr. Schroeder?
What about me?
Do you know Miss Walsh?
Yes.
Did Dr. Barnes introduce you?
I don't remember who introduced us.
But you do know Dr. Barnes.
He's an old friend of mine.
I see.
No, you don't see a thing.
I might surprise you. I know about Dr. Barnes' record book.
Mr. Mason, do you have it?
No, but I think I know where it is.
Where?
Are you one of the people mentioned in that book?
No, no, he isn't.
I think we better tell him the truth, Connie.
It's all my fault, Mr. Mason. You have to believe that. If it weren't for me, Mary Kay wouldn't have known anything about the book or the doctor. Oh, like a fool, I told her everything.
Did you know about this? Where were you around 6:30 last night?
I was at the... Well, I don't need an alibi, Mr. Mason.
He was with me. We had dinner together.
Where?
Someplace out at the beach. I can't remember the name. Bob.
Hello, Robert. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Mr. Davis, I'm so glad to see you.
Hello, Connie.
Mr. Davis, Mr. Mason. He's an attorney.
Yes, I thought I recognized you.
I can't tell you how sorry I am.
You're defending that nurse, Leona Walsh.
Yes, I am.
Why did she do it, Mason?
I don't think she did.
According to the newspaper, she's confessed. Claimed it was self-defense.
And that's good enough for you?
Yes. Mary Kay was very excitable. I can understand how she might have gone berserk. Miss Walsh would have had to defend herself.
You're a very tolerant man, Mr. Davis. Most people in your position would insist on an eye for an eye.
That wouldn't bring Mary Kay back to life.
You're not thinking of Mary Kay or Leona Walsh. You're thinking of yourself.
Am I?
I believe so. If I'm able to prove Miss Walsh is innocent, the police will have to find themselves a new suspect. It might even be you. Or Suzanne Marshall.
Don't understand what you're talking about.
That's the standard reply. Good day, Miss Cooper.
Mr. Mason?
Mr. Schroeder, I'll want to talk with you again. Where can I reach you?
At Brownell Junior College. I'm a teacher.
I'll let myself out.
If the lady's someone with the same dimensions, someone with the same pretensions, someone known from Maine to Cooch Bahar, she's a magical, glorious, radiant, glamorous, thoroughly fabulous star.
Yes. Well, he left the gong in that time. It's good because Ruta needs a gong. I'm telling you, she doesn't need a gong. She doesn't need anything. That was our first video for Into the World of a Show Business Icon. We just love this woman to death. We could squeeze her right now. Singer, dancer, actress, philanthropist, star, and now acclaimed authoress. With her new best-selling book, Consider Your Ass Kissed, the one and only, the legend Ruta Lee. She'll be on with us. Well, I can't wait. Should we bring her in now?
Right now.
Okay, Jim, is she on the screen?
Yes, she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, now this is the big build-up. You don't need a build-up, but we'd like to give the big build-up. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest today, a show business icon. She's going to say something rude, I can say. A show business icon, singer, dancer, actress, philanthropist, star, and now acclaimed authoress. New best-selling book, Consider Your Ass Kissed. Wait a minute. Big sound effect, drum roll. Legend Ruta Lee. Yay, Ruta.
What a glorious opening. Thank you. But darling Ken, make sure your teeth are in tight the next time.
Listen. I was one of the modern heirs, and we're at the McCallum Theater, and I was the new member. So we come out, and Paula Kelly says, "Ladies and gentlemen, our newest member, Pren Kescott." And I said, you got your face fixed, but now your teeth need working on. Anyway.
Well, he's never at loss for a line, as you are also. Oh my God, we're so thrilled to have you.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to be with you, my darlings. My God. And you mentioned some pretty fabulous people. The modern heirs, I never knew that you were one of those guys. And Paula Kelly, of course, only danced and walked on water. She was fabulous.
Yeah. Well, I was a member from 2005 to 2007. And we did
wow.
Paige show. I left because it's a long story, but I left. I mean, nothing to do with the group, but the agent was screwing me around, and I said goodbye, and that was it.
Well, that happens with agents.
It certainly does.
Well, anyhow, welcome back one more time. Oh my God! And as you know, you are one of our favorite people in the whole world, and I always think of you as a laugh a minute. When we would be at the same event and you appeared, joy filled the room.
Well, not only that, she'd come up, and I love this story. So she comes up to the cocktail lounge, and Ruth is just beautifully dressed, and she looks at Dorothy with her legs and just says, "Bitch."
It upsets me that Dorothy's a tiny bit older than I am, not much. But I remember Debbie Reynolds always saying, the legs, thank God, still hold up. And she always used to say, "I've got a great leg. The one that shows out through the slit in the dress. The other one is no good at all."
Well, those legs have slowed down a little bit, let me tell you.
Not too much.
But now where was I? Anyhow, the joy filled the room.
Yes.
And so now everybody in the world is going to be able to purchase that wonderful book.
Yeah.
Yes, that wonderful book of yours.
I'm so happy about it. I've
hold
got
it up.
Right here. God forbid we shouldn't talk about it.
It's over.
It's a great little book, I think. I mean, it's filled with heartfelt, and the title is heartfelt. I mean, I am so grateful, as you both know, to all of the people in this world that have helped me from the time I was a youngster until I'm an old broad of 85 now, and there have been wonderful people in my life. And some of those wonderful people are just the people that you and I both have as fans and friends that either turned on a television set because I was on, or came to a movie that I was in and bought a ticket, or came to the theater where I was doing a musical or a play and bought a ticket because I was in it. Wow. And especially the people that sent money to, not me, but to the theater. Me, I would really be all over the place, but that sent money to the Thalians, which was Hollywood for Mental Health. Debbie Reynolds and I were the head mamas of that organization. And I don't care whether somebody gave me $5 or $50 or $500,000. All I could do was say so sincerely and gratefully, "Consider your ass kissed." And I still mean it to anybody that will go there, to the local store or to Barnes and Noble or to Amazon, and pick up my darling little book that has some fun Hollywood stories in it. Consider your ass kissed.
Okay. And as we move along,
we love that.
Now we're going to change the subject
just for a minute,
but not too much so. But what we'd really like to know is a little bit about your younger years. Your parents must have had a great sense of humor to raise you. And so growing up, I don't want to say it was a laugh a minute, But tell us about those early years. And did your parents have an influence on you entering show business?
My parents, of course, gave me birth and provided me with food and clothing and housing. And so therefore I was always in good shape. I was never hungry. My mother noticed because my kindergarten teacher said, Mary, that was my mom's name, your daughter is a little different from the rest of the kids in all my classes. And I think you should give her lessons, you know, music or dance or whatever, because she is different. And my mother thought that I was Lithuania, that's my nationality, Lithuanian, Lithuania's answer to Shirley Temple. My mother never saw theater, but she did see movies. You know, they came from Lithuania without a pot to pee in, let's face it. And they couldn't get into the United States because the quotas were closed. So my father got a job and came over on my grandparents' money to take the job in the wheat fields of Canada. And he saved enough to bring my mother over. And so I was born in Montreal. And she provided me with the lessons. And my father used to say, oh, you're wasting your money, God damn it, she's not rehearsing, she's not practicing, she's not doing anything. Well, you know what? He was right. To this day, I don't like rehearsal, but God, I love performing, you know. But my mother, God bless her, is the one that I owe every single bit of my career to. Contacted a priest that was starting a Lithuanian Catholic parish here in Los Angeles. And she would send him a few bucks every once in a while as support for his little church. And he invited them to come and visit. And they stayed at this little house on 3rd Avenue in Los Angeles, where the living room was the chapel. And then the rest of the house was the rectory, right? And they stayed at the church and they fell so in love with California because in Montreal, we were up to those things we kiss, our asses in snow. And here in California, the palm trees were waving, the flowers were blossoming, the bees were buzzing. Oh, they fell so in love. And my mother cried on the train all the way back to Montreal because she wondered if those beautiful palms were ever going to be seen again. And she's the one responsible for getting us to California and to getting me into show business.
Oh gosh, that is so,
what a lucky day.
Yeah, what a nice tribute. Okay, now I want to get to your book just for a minute again. We're going to talk about it all the way through. Consider Your Ass Kissed. I just love that title. If you would please, first of all, send a kiss to our producer, Jim. Just blow him a kiss right now, would you? And then
from my very bottom.
Yeah, because Ruta, next month, well, we're on a new streaming network, and I send 2 shows a month, and of course yours is going to be one of them. To Dave Bruner, who is the head of the network, he just loves you. Please blow him a kiss, please. This is for Dave. Go ahead.
Dave Bruner, come and visit me anytime, and I'll buy you a drink or 10.
Oh my God, he's going to be on your doorstep tomorrow. Don't even say that.
Good.
Okay, so now listen, let's get to some of your movies. You know, just for everybody out there, Ruta it's unbelievable what she's done in her life. We could be here for 8 hours and never even finish it at all. But I want to talk about 7 Brides for 7 Brothers and Funny Face, one with Howard Keel and the other with Fred Astaire, 2 different leading men, but both equally wonderful, weren't they?
Both wonderful, and both the product of the same producer, Stanley Donen, the same director, I should say, not producer. And what an experience. I made good friends of both of them. I know when darling Fred would watch me all through the years, he sort of took me under wing in a way, and he would send me little notes, which, like an idiot, of course, I did not keep. You know, you think, oh, this will go on forever. but he would send me wonderful little notes saying, don't do that, or wear that other color again because it looked so good, or, and how sweet of him to take time to do that. And of course, I became very good friends with his daughter, Ava, and his son-in-law, who has now gone on to meet his maker, and Fred up in heaven. And when Howard Keel got his star on the Walk of Fame in Palm Springs, I sent him a darling note saying, you got laid in cement the same way I did on Hollywood Boulevard. It's not everybody that gets laid in cement.
You are without a doubt. Oh my God.
Oh, well, moving on.
Yes, moving on. After she got laid in cement. That's a good title for a book too. I got laid in cement.
That's the next one, right? Okay. Now, I know you danced in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and those dance numbers were really unbelievable. I mean, the lifts that you guys did, the turns, and the speed of the choreography. Oh my God. And I know that was Michael Kidd, the choreographer, and of course, he was wonderful. But tell us about those rehearsals, Ruta. And were you all exhausted after the rehearsals? I assume you were in a dance studio, and that's a whole other thing than being in a studio set. So tell us about those rehearsals and how they affected your health.
Well, darling Dorothy, remember, from our youth, there was a 6-day work week. This was still, there were not the 2 days off. We worked Saturdays, and we worked probably at least 12 hours a day. And it was tough, but it was like the greatest dance exercise in the world. And I was scared to death because very early on in rehearsal, one of the boys, Earl Barton, took me off of a table, to put me down on the ground. And instead of setting me down, he sort of dropped me down and my ankle went crunch. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you've been there at some time. And I was panicked that I was going to get laid off and somebody else was going to come in to replace me. But they didn't, God bless them. I stuck my foot in a tub of ice water for a couple of days and we survived. But of course, in the studio, you're doing this every day. And as I write in the book, we would do that morning warm-up bar, BARRE, that kind of bar. And I would look around and say, my God, I'm dancing with some of the best dancers in America are in this thing. And what in hell am I doing here? And I'm so grateful. And when I came into audition, which is one of the things I write about, I was sort of thought I was a dancer and I did a little ballet, but I'm all of 16 years old. And then he said, do a little jazz. And so I kind of slunk around and did a little jazz. And then said, well, can you do something sort of folksy-ish? Well, hell, I know how to do a Lithuanian polka. And I polka'd up a storm. My mother, in the meantime, was over at the church across the street from casting on her knees, praying, lighting candles. Now, I don't know whether it was my polka that got the job or my mother's prayers that got the job, but what the hell, I got the job. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I can say. So yes, we're rehearsing in a studio, a soundstage, but nevertheless a studio. Then we were permitted to go work on the floor of the barn raising. Which was the big dance sequence that I think goes on forever and ever. I just love it so. And it was the first day that we were on the floor getting adjusted to distances and how they were going to shoot this. A minor little detail that I have to tell you. CinemaScope had just come into being. So our movie was shot with 2 different cameras. Therefore, we did a take or 2 or 3 for the widescreen, and then we would do a take or 2 or 3 for CinemaScope. So that everything had to be done twice, so it took more time, of course. But we got onto the sound stage and the new plank floor, and our shoes hadn't been rubberized yet.
Oh my!
Because we were breaking them in for dancing. And I did a big, arm stretch out and slide back. And of course, when I slid back, I lost everything and my head hit the floor and I went out like a light. And I came to laughing. Why? Because Michael Kidd, that fabulous SOB, was saying, nah, she's all right. She's all right. She just dropped a quarter down the crack and she's looking for it. Oh. But he was a lovely, lovely choreographer that would say, Dorothy, and you would love this, instead of saying 3 glissades to the right and a fouette turn, he'd say 3 scrape-alongs and one of those corkscrew jobs.
It's like the step at the Radio City Music Hill. Perch step, Kishani, and fly away.
Oh, I've never heard that. That's wonderful. Thank you.
You know, PK, you know, yeah, perch step, Kishani, and fly away. Okay. Well, we've got to fly along here. Now, listen, I know you've had, because you're such a beauty and so wonderful, I know you've had many leading men on screen and off, but we're going to talk about the on-screen men.
We'll get to the other part later.
Listen, the list went on and on, but I love these particular people. We saw earlier, Perry Mason, and I'd like to ask you about him. Also, James Garner, Clint Eastwood, and Burt Reynolds, and they were all different. So can you just tell us a little bit about each of those, could you?
Well, I'd be happy to. I was crazy about Raymond Burr, but Raymond Burr was very quietly of the gay persuasion. Yeah. And of course, so I could never make a pitch at him, even if I tried. But he was darling. And what really pissed me off was he had longer eyelashes than I did. And but he was so gorgeous. And he and Barbara Hale were best friends, and they would play the nastiest, craziest tricks on each other. One day, Barbara said, "Ooh, I've got to go to the bathroom. Excuse me, I've got to go. And she ran in and she came back out. And she said, I can't go. Why? Her toilet was filled with about 3 dozen long stem red roses, all done by darling Ray Burr. Don't you love that?
Well, he was classy.
He was. I spoke at Barbara's funeral. I'm delighted that I was asked to be there, and I sort of made a beginning, because all of those shows that I did for Perry Mason, I think I did like 6 or 7 of them. They were all different characters, and Gail Patrick, who was the producer of the show, was this great big huge star in the 20s and not the 20s, the 30s and the 40s. And she was amazing. And she sort of took me under wing and hired me a lot. And in fact, would include me sometimes at the cocktail or dinner parties that they were having in the Hollywood Hills, not far from my house. And I always felt so proud to be included in this highly esteemed group of people, And what I loved about her, and I feel that all of us who are older ladies in the business should not be afraid of, and that is being good to younger people coming up and not being afraid to be surrounded by cuter, younger dames. You have to know who you are, what you've contributed, and hope that you can contribute some of that to the young kids coming up.
Oh, that is so true.
That is great. Okay, that is great advice. Okay, so now you have been a legend, and I do mean a legend, for many, many years.
Oh, my own mind.
In all phases of show business, but you played so many times at a great place in Texas, the Casa Manana, and were the resident star. But tell us, I love the story about once you got the name over the title, about singing in Carol Channing's key.
Oh, yes. Well, thank God Carol had it, because her name was above the title. And I have to tell you that when I first started doing musicals, to start with, I was never a, in quotes, singer. I was a performer who sang. I sang not too badly, I guess, because I've done just about every leading lady role that there is, other than the soprano roles. I can't do Sound of Music, Anyway, I used to get horrible laryngitis all through rehearsal and then performance because I was singing in keys that were not meant for me. And the conductor would say, oh, no, we can't really lower the key because then the orchestra sounds muddy. But then, you know, when I got to be enough of a name that it went above the title because they'll sell tickets, then I said, I don't care how muddy the orchestra is, figure it out, put it in my key, and then I won't have laryngitis. And I never have had laryngitis since. So it just proves the point. Sing where you're meant to sing.
Yes.
And for me, that's the key of L. At least it sounds like L.
I wonder if that's my problem.
I don't know. You know, as Desi Arnaz used to say, you had laryngitis.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, Ruta, please don't go away. We have so many things to ask you, but we have another foray into your world, and we're so pleased to do this, of a show business icon, and you know you are, and you know you are, singer, dancer, actress, philanthropist, star, and now acclaimed authoress. I like that name, authoress. With her new best-selling book, Consider Your Ass Kissed, the one and only, the legend, the star, Ruta Lee. Roll 'em, Jim.
If the lady's naughty but proper, if the lady's chicer than chic, if her escorts must wear a topper and each man's the man of the week, if she rides around in a brand new foreign car, the chances are the lady's a star. If the lady's brilliantly witty, if she makes the dialogue flash, if the lady's way with a ditty makes the ditty seem like a smash, if her songs add up to a fancy repertoire, the chances are the lady's a star. If her smallest party is really extensive with tons of expensive caviar, if the lady's someone with the same credentials, someone with the same essentials, someone who is worshipped from afar, she's a genuine, positive, totally marvelous, perfectly wonderful star.
Milton, I just don't think this part is right for me.
Why not?
Well, like I said, I've never played the other woman before. Now, the public accepts me in a certain image, and I just don't think I can be convincing in this role.
Convincing? Are you kidding? Rudy, you'd be great. Do you think I'd let you do anything that might hurt your image or jeopardize your career just to get you in my picture?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's beside the point. Now, Ruta, please, will you take the script home, get the feel of it, then come over here Monday night, have dinner with Ruth and me, and we can discuss it, huh?
Well, all right, I'll take the script. But I can't possibly be here Monday night. Because Monday night, you and Ruth are coming over to my house. I'm having a little dinner party in honor of your 14th wedding anniversary.
That's wonderful, darling. Maybe sometime during the evening, you and I can sneak off together someplace and discuss things.
All right. Mr. Burrow.
Yes, Mrs. Carmichael?
May I toss the salad?
Please do. What's the big idea? What are you, some kind of a nut?
You're the one who's some kind of a nut. Married 14 years to a wonderful wife. A wife who worries about you, brings you chicken soup when you're sick, and laughs at your stale jokes in Kansas City. And what thanks does she get? You call her stupid and carry on with another woman.
Another woman?
Me? Don't act so innocent, you teeny bopper, you. I heard you over the intercom. Just cuddle close. Let my lips caress your loveliness. Oh, my love. Oh, my pet. I can't go on sharing you. I can't.
Caress your loveliness. Are you crazy or something?
That was a scene.
mean we were rehearsing from his picture?
From one of my new pictures.
Your picture.
Yes, my...
A likely story. You...
Listen, dear, I can't see it. What is it, Mrs. Carmichael? What is it?
You can't fool me like you fool your stupid wife.
Stupid wife?
Did somebody call me?
Ruth.
I thought you gave up comedy.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Burl. I tried to keep all of this from you, you poor little thing.
Now, Ruth, this is an entire misunderstanding.
I'll say it
Yes.
is.
If the lady's someone with the same dimension, someone with the same pretension, someone known from Maine to Cooch Bahar, she's a magical, glorious, radiant, glamorous, thoroughly fabulous star.
Oh,
Ruta didn't have that gong again. I am really That was once again a video foray into the world of show business icon, singer, dancer, actress, philanthropist, star, and now acclaimed authoress. With her
but darling Ken, speaking of icons, Milton Berle, the glorious redhead herself. Oh my God. Talk about show business all in one swoop. That scene was so funny that my head was down a lot of the time because, honest to God, I was peeing my pants with laughter. He was so marvelous with that Thousand Island dressing coming down over his glasses that he did the windshield wipers on them with his darling fingers. Such a good guy. God, he was wonderful. I adored Milton Berle.
Oh, God, I must say, you don't look much different now, but I got to tell you something. You give great hair. I mean, you had serious hair.
I think I was trying to play sort of the lady that we talked about a little earlier, Doris Day in it, kind of the girl next door thing was my image and what I was playing and what we did my hair for. But we're raising new funds now to help our veterans. And if any of your beloved listeners and watchers are of a mind to give a couple of bucks wherever you can to our returning veterans' mental health problems, please go to the Thalians, THALIANS, Thalians.org, and you can read about us, you can donate through it. And like I say, whether it's $1 or whether it's $10 or whether it's $100,000, it will be put to a good cause with not a penny of it going to the Thalians. It all goes to our beloved efforts at UCLA. Thank you.
Okay, so now, Ruta, one more time, the best-selling authoress and of this wonderful book, Consider Your Ass Kissed, which was a labor of love, and I'm sure it was a lot of labor that wasn't so lovely either. Tell us where we can get a copy of this book.
Oh, I'd be very happy to do that. First of all, it's available through Barnes & Noble. It's certainly available on Amazon. If you're in Hollywood, Larry Edmonds is carrying it. I always want you to support your local bookstore, but look, let's face it, Amazon does miracles and you can put it on order. It's loaded with a lot of mistakes at the moment because the first printing went unedited, but so what? They'll become collector's items, right?
Right. Once they're pulled and the new ones are put out, then
excuse me for interrupting you, Ken. It's available at Just Fabulous, where we're going to be doing the book signing on the 30th, which is my birthday.
Oh,
it is.
Yes.
And you're going to be 39 again, huh?
Exactly. Again and again and again.
Oh, and we're going to be there for you.
God bless. I'm so happy to be with you. I am being called away. I hope that you will play that beautiful intro again for a closing. And all I can do is say God bless each and every one of you. God bless America. Take care of our soldiers wherever they may be. And thank you. Thank you.
Ruta,
thank
and
you.
one more thing I just want to say. Whenever in a little while, would you just come back on for us one more time?
You bet.
All right.
Anytime.
Bye, darling.
Bye, darling.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon.
Oh,
Bye, everybody.
she's great. We love her.
Oh my God.
I know. Ruta's just great. Is she off now? Is she on? Are we still talking about her? There we go. Well,
what have you got to say?
well, what I'm telling you, she's one of a kind, huh?
Oh, what else can you say?
I know. One of a kind. And here's one of a kind. My co-host right here, right as Ed Sullivan, right here on our show, Dorothy Dale Claus, strutting her stuff, having a ball. Roll 'em, Jim.
A longer, better, more vigorous life for people is the focus of tonight's On America. CBS's Bill Geist brings the curtain down on our series Life in the 90s with some veteran show folk who used punchlines and chorus lines for longer lifelines.
We're back with it. And aren't we lucky because at this age...
Dorothy Claus speaks with authority. She's been doing her fancy footwork since the age of 15.
I think it's just a continuous adventure in my life.
I spent the summer in Ireland doing the Irish jig, and now I'm back in the fabulous Palm Springs Follies for my third season.
The holly tree, the ivy tree, the prettiest picture you've ever seen is Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. It's nice to know to kiss your beau while cuddling under the mistletoe, and Santa Claus, of course you know, is one of the vibes home.
The dawn is always open, the neighbors say a call, and all the Johnny boys is gone, with us the house is all.
Some of the magic that we had 60 years ago when we were in the business.
Fairy tales come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. For it's time
you'll find to be narrow of mind. If you're young at heart, you can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. And then life becomes exciting with each passing day. And then love is either in your heart or runs away. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it is much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you do right, just by being alive.
You know, age is stable.
Now here's the best part. You have a head start. If you are amongst the very young at heart.
Ah, yes. I love that segment of yours. It's just great, Dorothy.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, you've been strutting your stuff for a long time.
I've been strutting my stuff for nigh on to, oh, well, it's too many years to count.
Age is just a number. Let him eat cake. So, Dot, do you know who's on next week?
Yes, but I want you to tell them.
Okie dokie. I love that. Okie dokie. From the Lawrence Welk Show, a terrific singer and one of the Welk favorites. I had the pleasure of working with her as well. Raulna English. She's from Texas. Raulna English. I love her. She's just great, as I said, and a fabulous singer. And I know she will have some of those famous Lawrence Welk stories. Yeah, sure, you betcha. And one and two. So you don't want to miss those. So tune in each week and every week.
On villageconnectionnetwork.com. You know, we've got a lineup of guest celebrities that you don't want to miss.
No.
And
yes,
Jim.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you there, darling?
I am here.
Okay. Any words about anything before we go?
Words of wisdom. That was a great show.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah, it was.
I'm going to spend all week this week thinking of something interesting for next week.
Yeah. Is it going to take you all week, Jim?
No. It'll probably take me, when I put the mic down, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's right. But, it's nice that the weather's turning, and it seems like maybe a lot of things are changing around us, like freedom.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I think is wonderful, though, is that she should have been a salesman.
Oh.
Boy, does she know how to sell.
She knows how to sell.
I mean.
Well, Dorothy, listen, the golden age of entertainment, people back then knew what I call the deal. They knew how to present themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They knew when they were on what's going on. Today, it's like I don't even want to go there. But I mean, they have no sense of occasion. I guess that's the word.
That's true.
And she knows the deal. Well, never mind. Now that we've dissected that, Jim, I have one thing to say. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Answer is blowing in the wind. Okay, just remember, everyone.
Oh, where are we?
We're right there.
Because we send you lots of love every week.
Because every day's a good day when you're with us. So from all of us, myself, Ken Prescott,
Dorothy Dale Kloss,
and Jim Savali.
See, he even had to think about that a minute. This is not good. Say it one more time, Jim.
And Jim Savali.
We'll get him some help shortly.
When you smile, it lights up the screen.
Yeah, Jim, you got to smile more often.
Thank you.
Just remember, everyone, we are two for the show.
We're two for the show. In all kinds of weather, we're two for the show. We're two for the show. We stick together, win, place, or show. We'll sing some songs, in fact, quite a few. We'll do some dance steps, one or two, and have some laughs for all of you. We hope you enjoy them. In fact, you just adore them. We're two for the show. We're glad to